More than 2 billion people today live in countries with diminishing water supplies, often due to the demand of chronic droughts and other stresses on their aquatic resources. In order to sustain lands for farming or to harness water for hydroelectric purposes, many of the Earth's lakes, rivers, and seas have been depleting to the point of near extinction due to man's irresponsible lack of foresight. These bodies of water are not only reservoirs, but they are also home to fish and marine life needed to feed the hungry developing world as well as waterfowl. They offer transportation, moderate climates, and recharge groundwater supplies. In short, their rapid disappearance is a truly man-made environmental disaster. Hello, and welcome to another segment of Man-Made Environmental Disasters. I'm Gabby Victor. In 2008, I had the pleasure of traveling to Israel for the first time. The Dead Sea is often said to be as old as life itself, or at least as old as the Bible. At 1,300 feet below sea level, it is the lowest land point on the Earth. It is a rich source of salt minerals caking up on its shores, making it the focal point of a burgeoning skincare industry as well as a tourist attraction. Its salt content, which is 10 times more than the Mediterranean Sea and 3 times more than Utah's Great Salt Lake, makes it nearly impossible to drown in its waters. But the Dead Sea is also evaporating at an alarming rate, almost a full meter in depth each year, according to some sources. In a few decades, it may totally disappear. The cause? The Dead Sea is located in a valley seldom replenished by rainfall. Its only real natural water source is the Jordan River, which empties into its northern end. But over the past century, regional farming practice, a tremendous source of national pride for converting this once hostile desert land into a fertile source of fruits and vegetables, has depended upon utilizing Jordan River for irrigation at an unsustainable rate. One of the planet's greatest disappearing acts and truly man-made disasters is the destruction of the Aral Sea, located on the border of Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan in Central Asia. As recently as 50 years ago, this was the 4th largest lake in the world. But in the 1960s, unsustainable irrigation practices implemented by the former Soviet Union on the 2 rivers which feed the Aral Sea, namely the Amu Darya and Sir Darya, have drained this once impressive body of water to 10% of its former size. The now bare shore, which was once under the Aral Sea, has now become hundreds of miles of salted desert wasteland. But your help in supporting causes to reverse these ecological disasters can help. Mono Lake, North America's oldest lake located in California, saw 40% of its volume decrease starting in 1941 after its tributary rivers were diverted to supply water to the burgeoning Los Angeles area. But eventually, legal action by concerned residents and environmental action committees eventually were able to save the lake. Even the Aral Sea shows slow signs of restoration. Ambitious projects now supported by the Kazakh government and concerned environmental groups have built dams to replenish at least the northern remains of the Aral Sea. And in Israel, concerned environmentalists have discussed building a canal to connect the Red Sea with the southern end of the Dead Sea to replenish that body of water. One person alone can't save our planet or our lakes, but your cooperation in supporting environmental causes to stop further destruction of our resources and even to restore them, as well as educating the world to sustain what we have, will go a long way for current and future generations. I'm Gabby Victor. Help save our world.